Ever load up a website, one of those with like a zillion features, tons of images, videos playing, and it still somehow manages to pop up on your phone in like 2 seconds?
Yeah, it's like magic
Total
forever.
sorcery. But actually, a lot of it comes down to something called MVC architecture. And that's what we're diving deep into today, figuring out why it's so popular in web development.
I mean, there's a reason it's everywhere.
Seriously, it's like the Beyonce of web frameworks. Everywhere you look, MVC is running things. And the crazy part is you've probably interacted with dozens of apps built with it and never even knew.
Well, that's kind of the point, right? If it's working well, you shouldn't even notice it.
Exactly. Okay, so we've got our handy guide here, Unlocking MVC Architecture, and it breaks this whole thing down in a way that even I, a non-coder, could understand. Imagine, if you will, a restaurant.
Ooh, I like where this is going. Food analogies always work.
Right. So the model that's the behind-the-scenes crew. We're talking menu, ingredients, the chefs sweating over the stoves, everything that goes into making the food. That's your data, your logic, all the complicated stuff.
Okay, so then the view, that's what the customer actually sees. Think the beautifully plated dish, the menu itself, maybe even the fancy decor and lighting. It's all about presentation, pure and simple.
Ah, I see. So the view doesn't care how the steak is cooked, just that it looks mouth-watering on the plate.
Precisely, and that's where our controller comes in, like the world's most efficient waiter.
Mm,
It takes your order, relays it to the kitchen, our model, makes sure everything comes out in the right order, and delivers that delicious information right to your table, the view.
This actually makes so much sense. It's like you don't want your chef running out the bus tables, right? Everyone has their job, and it keeps things running smoothly.
Right, that's the beauty of MVC. It's all about separation of concerns. Developers can work on different parts of the website without, accidentally bringing the whole thing crashing down. We call that the dreaded spaghetti code.
Spaghetti code, because it's messy and tangled and impossible to fix.
Exactly. But with MVC, things are organized, which is why it's so scalable.
Oh, right. Our guide was really emphasizing that. Scalability, meaning your favorite app can handle like a million users all at once without turning into that spinning wheel of doom.
Exactly. And it can scale because the way it looks, the view, is separate from the data and the logic, the model. So you can beef up the model, the engine of the website, without touching the design.
So smart. And this is also why teams can work on different parts at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Leading to faster updates, new features, all that good stuff.
Exactly. And speaking of good stuff, let's talk real-world examples, because you've definitely used apps built with MVC without even knowing it.
Oh, totally. I mean, think about Instagram, millions of photos and videos, lightning fast loading, people constantly interacting. They're using something called Laravel, right?
Yep, Laravel is a PHP framework that's built on MVC principles. It's super popular, powers tons of big websites. Another one you've probably heard of is Django, which uses Python.
Didn't know that. So that's how these sites handle so much traffic without, like, exploding. It's all thanks to this elegant MVC structure.
Pretty much. It's like the foundation of a well-built house. You might not see it, but it's what holds everything up. And the best part is, even if you're not a coder, the source had some really good tips on using these principles in everyday life.
Oh, yeah. Like, before you even open up your code editor, figure out what you're trying to build, what the goals are. Seems obvious, but how often do we just jump right in?
All the time. Another one, don't reinvent the wheel. Frameworks like Laravel, Django, they exist for a reason. Take advantage of the tools that are already out there.
That is good advice. And, of course, communication is key, no matter what you're building. It's like that waiter making sure the kitchen and the customer are on the same page.
Couldn't agree more. Honestly, so much of good design, whether it's code or even just organizing your closet, comes down to clear structure and communication.
Right. It just makes everything smoother and less stressful.
And who doesn't want a bit less stress in their life?
Seriously. So next time you're blown away by a website loading crazy fast or you're navigating an app effortlessly, take a moment to appreciate MVC architecture. It's the unsung hero of the internet, quietly making our online lives smoother, faster, and way more enjoyable.
Totally. It really is the engine behind so much of what we take for granted online.
And on that note, I think we've reached peak MVC appreciation for one day.
Until next time.
See ya.